Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for joining today's Sunday Feast celebration on this beautiful, auspicious occasion of Damodar Kartika Adivas ceremony, because tomorrow we will be starting most auspicious Damodar Kartik month. So today is the Adivas, and their Lordship Shri Radha Madan Mohan Siman Mahaprabhu, Sri Lakshmi Narsingha, Panchatattva Srila Prabhupada, they are all prepared to actually welcome this Kartik month for our benefit, because you can see that they are dressed very nicely on this Purnima occasion. So thank you for joining. So we will start with a song which is dedicated to honor the deities of our previous Acharyas. So in Sri Vrindavan Dham, in Sri Vrindavan Dham, different Acharyas, they worship different form of Radha-Krishna deities. So many of us are actually spending this month in Sri Vrindavan Dham. Many of us are not able to go there in person, but definitely we can live there through our mind, through our heart. Right? In Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Lord Chaitanya speaks in the mood of Srimati Radharani that Ander Hridaya Mon Monomoru Vrindavan Mone Bone Eko Kori Jani. So for other persons, mind is equivalent to heart. For the devotees, heart is actually Vrindavan. Mind and heart are all Vrindavan. So we have to try to at least follow the instructions of previous Acharyas and live Vrindavan in mind. Live in Vrindavan in mind, if not possible in person, because not everybody of us can actually make it possible. So this song actually remembers the deities, presiding Gauriya deities who are worshipped by different Gauriya Acharyas in Sri Vrindavan Dham. And Damodar month, many devotees also sing this song after the Damodarashtakam prayer to remember those deities and get their blessings, special blessings. Means you do pradhikrama and get blessings, but by singing this song also you get blessings of these deities, because your mind immediately connects to that personality who worship that deity, and you get the blessings of that particular deity by remembering them. So let's put on that song. I'll sing in a different tune. It's not the traditional tune we sing. I learned it recently. One devotee actually sang it and I really liked it. I don't know how it come out, but let's try together, okay? Yes, so this is the Radha-Krishna Giti. We actually call this song as Radha-Krishna Giti. And this is a beautiful song to actually meditate. I personally feel like when I sing this song, I feel like really, really get nice spiritual nourishment. Yeah. Okay, you can sing with me. Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Devera Pranadhano He Jaya Devera Pranadhano He Jaya Radha Madana Gopala Radha Madana Gopala Radhe Jaya Radha Madana Gopala Radha Madana Gopala Radhe Sita Nathero Pranadhano He Sita Nathero Pranadhano Hai জয় রাধা গোবিন্দ রাধা গোবিন্দ রাধে জয় রাধা গোবিন্দ রাধা গোবিন্দ রাধে रूप गोस्वामीर प्राण धन है रूप गोस्वामीर प्राण धन है जय राधा मदन मोहन राधा मदन मोहन राधे जय राधा मदन मोहन राधा मदन मोहन राधे सनातनेर प्राण धन है सनातनेर प्राण धन है जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधे मधु पंडितर प्राण धन है मधु पंडितर प्राण धन है जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे जय राधा दामोदर दामोदर राधे जीव गोस्वामीर प्राण धन है जीव गोस्वामीर प्राण धन है जय राधा राधा रमण राधे जय राधा राधा रमण राधे गोपाल भट्टेर प्राण धन है गोपाल भट्टेर प्राण धन है जय राधा विनोद राधा विनोद राधे जय राधा विनोद राधा विनोद राधे लोकनाथेर प्राण धन है लोकनाथेर प्राण धन है जय राधा गोकुलानंद राधा गोकुलानंद राधे जय राधा गोकुलानंद राधा गोकुलानंद राधे विश्वनाथेर प्राण धन है विश्वनाथेर प्राण धन है जय राधा गिरिधारी राधा गिरिधारी राधे जय राधा गिरिधारी राधा गिरिधारी राधे दास गोस्वामीर प्राण धन है दास गोस्वामीर प्राण धन है जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे श्यामानंदेर प्राण धन है Jaya Radha Kanta, Radha Kanta Radhe, Jaya Radha Kanta, Radha Kanta Radhe, Krishna Krishna Radha Jaya Gangalika Giridhari Gangalika Giridhari Radhe Jaya Gangalika Giridhari Gangalika Giridhari Radhe Saraswati Saraswati Pranadhana Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Prabhupada Prabhu Padero Pranadhana Prabhu Padero Pranadhana. Thank you. Now we are nicely tuned with Srindavan Dham by the blessings of all the presiding deities of Gaudiya Acharyas in Vrindavan. So we'll start with the Mangalacharya prayer. Oh, you can put on this standard Mangalacharya prayer. So you can pray with me if you can. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manabhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Sayang Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathannitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitang Savadhutam Parijana Sahitang Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha-Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhannitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhayeva cha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukhaṁ karoti vācālam pangam langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Vishwaram Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pucharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Okay, Hare Krishna. I think we can open the temple gate if possible. Somebody is there. So tomorrow is the auspicious beginning of Karthik, Today is the Adivas day. So on this auspicious day, we can hear about some of the glories of this special month, Karthik month. And also we can fine-tune ourselves with the mood required to observe this month. Because this is very special month and it comes once in a year, 1 month period, 30 days, sometimes 29 days also, because it's based on lunar calendar. So it's a very nice time to align ourselves with the devotional mood and get a special mercy. Because if you consider in the 24 hours day span, some hours are very conducive for devotional nourishment, especially the Brahma Muhurta, right? If you wake up Brahma Muhurta, it's difficult, but once you make it a practice, you will feel, if you not do it for 1 or 2 days, you will feel like you're missing something very special. And if you take that austerity and make it a part of your life, you will feel that the mercy in devotional life flows naturally. Like you don't feel like it's a big, effort from your side. It goes very smoothly. But when we actually cannot do it all throughout the year, or we cannot make ourselves align with those kind of vows, we can actually reassure ourselves or refine ourselves in this special month, in Karthik month, to take this kind of vows which will help us to progress in devotional mood and also get a special mercy of their Lordship Shri Radha Damodar, because this month is known as Damodar month, Karthik month, right? So in one sense, this Damodar actually doesn't deal with the Damodar we worship in one sense, because when you actually put tilak, you chant some Vishnu mantras, right? Om Keshavaya Namah, Narayana Namah, Madhavaya Namah, Govindaya Namah. There are 12 Vishnu mantras. Actually 13 we chant, like Damodar and then Vasudev, right? Vasudev is actually the Murdha, the Talu. So Murdha is what? Is in English? What is this in English? The back part of your head? Brahmarandhra. Is there any English for that? Okay, no. Right? Anyways, so these are the 13 names we chant. And also those who do like 24 Vaishnava Achmana, they actually chant 24 names of Lord Vishnu, right? Which are spoken by Lord Chaitanya in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya while he is teaching to Sanatana Goswami the different Vishnu forms, which are 400 forms, and among them some are similar, but you distinguish based on the paraphernalia he is holding in each hand. There is an orientation. Based on orientation, you can say this is Adakshaja, this is Vasudev, this is Sankarshan. And some are distinct in form, like Narsingha Bhagwan, he has a distinct form. You can, by looking at him, you can understand this is Narsingha form. Anyway, so these names are there. There are 400 Vishnu forms. But in Damodar month, we worship Radha Damodar or Yashoda Damodar, right? That's a different form. It's a 200, Krishna form. And that form resides where? In Shivajadham. Right? Not in Vaikuntha, it's Goloka Vrindavan. Eternally he is residing. So even though it's a Damodar Karthik month, but these Damodar, when Gaudiya Vaishnavas denote Damodar, it's actually Yashoda Damodar or Radha Damodar. So that is little bit difference in understanding of that. And another interesting thing is that if you come to a temple, there are many aspects to consider, right? First aspect is how big is the temple. One devotee was telling me recently, because some other Hindu communities, they are building a big temple. Big means like huge. We cannot even imagine, like in Bay Area, that kind of temple is being manifested. And their donation requests are also huge, like 5 million, 3 million. Like if you want to name the temple Big Hall under your name, you donate 5 million or something like that. So he was telling that why we are not able to make a temple like this, like then so many people will come and reside. So the concept is, many people in this material world, they're attracted by the external feature of the temple. Many people will visit there. They will feel, I will take some pictures. They have nice arrangement, beautiful marble floor, a nice AC, electronics equipment, now a nice camera. Now we have also the best, broadcast system. It's incomparable. It's because we have to keep the vibration going, right? The Krishna Katha should be spread all over the world, spreaded. So people get attracted to it. And people consider, we went to that temple, and they post it in Facebook and other social media and talk about it. But the next aspect is, some people who are very religious minded, they come to temple and they do want to do some worship, right? They want to approach and they see, oh, they are worshipping the Lord so nicely, 8 times, 10 times a day. All the time the priests are busy in chanting the mantras, offering the paraphernalias, opulent bhogas. They consider it, oh, the kitchen is always busy. Lord is having nice bhoga all around the clock. So this is the second aspect. This is higher aspect. Means like the devotees who are coming, they observe that the devotees over here, they engage in the service of the Lord. Is there any possibility to turn on this fan? Thank you, Boo. It's a little hot here, I don't know. So, this is one aspect. And the third aspect is devotees who are constantly serving in that temple, the mood of their sadhana. And that is the best aspect. In Vrindavan Dham, maybe 50 years ago also, you would not see any big temples. Now there are many actually. They are actually competing with each other. Oh, you have like 100 feet tall temple, I will build a 250 tall temple. You have like 10 story, I will build 15 story. This is a competition. And what it will bring the change in the heart of the devotees will be nothing. But the devotees who are doing actually nice sadhana, they can bring the change in the world. So the third aspect or the highest aspect of a community is the devotees who come to the temple and serve and the mood of their service. What personal sadhana they are doing, what kind of quality they are maintaining in their personal life. So if you have that kind of community who are practicing very highest level of devotional service in personal life when nobody is watching them. Because when I come to temple, everybody is watching, so I have to actually wear a nice kurta, the dhoti should be ironed, and I should greet everyone, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But when I'm in the closed door, what I am doing, that actually determines how much I am devoted to Krishna. Whether I remember Krishna at that time, when I wake up, whether I chant Krishna when nobody watches me. Anyways, whether I follow what I try to speak to others. So, when that aspect is very high, the community flourishes very nicely. Even though externally it may be seen poor. True to say, Brajavasis are poor devotees. Externally. They have only cows and they have only Krishna. So if you have Krishna, you have everything else also. But externally, they're just simple Vaishyas. But they have everything. They have all kind of opulence, which even Mother Lakshmi cannot provide you. The opulence of love, the Madhurya Ras. Anyways, we don't want to go into that direction. So, that's why to align ourselves with some sadhana, a special sadhana is very important, especially when we are approaching Sri Damodar month, which is full of mercy, full of nectar. In different Puranas, so when we actually try to speak something, one thing is like what our Acharyas taught by their personal example, and another thing is what our Siddhanta or Shastra is teaching about the aspect. So in the Shastra it is said that among different months of the year, Damodar month is the topmost. And this is not like, only Vrindavan Shastra or, Srimad Bhagavad Ji Mahapuran, like Padma Purana, Skanda Purana and some other Puranas, they highly glorified about Damodar month. They say like, among all the month, Damodar is the topmost month, Kartika is the topmost month. Among all the yugas, Krita, Satya Yuga is the topmost. And among all the different scriptures, Veda is the topmost. Now, the essence of Veda is given in Srimad Bhagavatam, the fruits of Veda is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. That is a different concept. But Shastra speaks like that. And among all the plants, Mother Tulsi Devi is the topmost. If you worship Tulsi Devi, you get the benefit of worshipping any other plant or anything. In bhakti process. So that's why Shastra magnifies the prospect of performing a special sadhana during this month of Kartika. So one pastimes comes in Skanda Purana. So there are different pastimes which also establishes different aspects of Damodar month. One thing is like how Damodar month became so dear to the Lord. One thing it speaks in Skanda Purana. So it says like there was an Asura named Shankhasura. So what he did, he was a very terrible demon. He used to live in a conch shell, Shankhasura. That's why his name is Shankhasura. So that demon, he was so strong that he defeated all the demigods and he made them hide in different caves and mountains. Most of them actually got hidden in Mount Meru. There are different caves in Mount Meru, and Mount Meru is a very auspicious mountain. So they hid there, And Sankasura was looking for them in different places. And also he wanted to destroy their power. And where was their power, hidden? It was there in Veda. Because Vedic mantras are most powerful thing. So he wanted to do it what? The personified Vedas. He wanted to kill the personified Vedas. Like they extinguished the Vedic knowledge completely. So what Veda did, she actually took form of water and she mixed in the water, in the ocean. And then Shankasura, he was looking for Vedas here and there, in every cave, in every places, but he could not find it. Now the demigods, they got afraid. They said like, oh, he is looking everywhere. Definitely he will look here in Mount Meru and he will also eventually find us and kill us. So what I have to do? I have to take shelter of Lord Vishnu. So they were very intelligent, even though they are a little bit materialistic, but they know whom to take shelter when there is no alternative, when their attempts are failing. So they went to Kshirasagara and they started praying Lord. But they have little intelligence. When they started praying, it was the night time of the spiritual world, or the Lord was sleeping in Kshirosagar. He always sleeps, but that time is specifically meant for his sleeping. The 4 months, Chaturmasya, we call it. The 4 months time. We usually the sannyasis, they don't move in this period of time and they stay in a particular place. Even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but our Acharyas, they actually preach, because for them preaching in door to door and staying in same place is same. In fact, that is more glorious. So what they did, what the Lord was doing, he was sleeping at that time. So the demigods were afraid to wake him up. They were thinking like, oh, if we wake him up at this time, he can be angry with us. So what should we do? And then demigods are intelligent by nature. Those who are in mood of dominated by mood of goodness, they have real intelligence. Those who are dominated by mood of passion, they have material intelligence, which will make us go down. And those who are dominated by mood of ignorance, no intelligence. No material, no spiritual. Anyway, so they thought like, okay, then let's do one thing. Let's glorify Lord. Let's chant some mantra. And our Gaudiya Acharyas, they said that they were chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And they kept glorifying the Lord. And then when Lord's sleep broke, he was happy. He said, oh, you are chanting my names. Because the Lord doesn't stay. Naham tishtanti vaikanthe, yoginam hridaya shubha, tattva tishtanti narada, yatra gayanti madbhakta. I don't reside in Vaikuntha Loka. I don't reside in the heart of my yogis, heart of the yogis. Rather, I reside in the places where my devotees are singing about my glories. That is, Lord Vishnu's instruction to Narada. So he woke up and he was very pleased. And he said, oh, you are doing this service or, worshipping me in a time which is not regular. Nobody actually does it during Chaturmasya, wake up, Lord. That's why the Utthana Ekadashi is the day when Lord wakes up, right? He sleeps on the Shayana Ekadashi, and Devshayani Ekadashi, in Jagannath Puri it calls Devshayani Ekadashi. He sleeps on that time, and Chaturmasya starts from there, and it closes on. That's why many devotees actually perform Chaturmasya from Ekadashi to Ekadashi. So he wakes up, and then the other activities starts. Anyway, so they woke him up in an irregular time. So Lord gave, no, you did actually the right job. You actually woke me up in a way that it is satisfying to me. So I give benediction actually who performs. And that was the beginning of the Karthik, by the way. So whoever chants my name or do any service during this month, I give him 100 times benediction. So whatever service you do, even though our business is not like, accounting business, that, oh, I have done 100, obeisances, so 100 into 100, 10,000, it's equivalent to 10,000 in other times. That's not our mood. Our mood to actually, get more mercy and align ourselves or, focus our mind more in the devotional place. But there is some special benediction also. Just like chanting in the Brahma Muhurta and other times, you are chanting also the same thing, but the focus is not there, or the mercy is not there, to the full extent. So that is that. And then Lord took actually Matsya Avatar. He recovered the Vedas from the water. He killed the Sankhasura. So it is a different Kalpa pastimes. Skanda Purana speaks about it. So Matsya Avatar is not appearing only, in Satyavrata Muni's time, or, that Manu's time. It also has pastimes in different kalpas. Then so this is one pastime. Then another thing is like, we know all the pastimes which happen during the Damodar month, Karthik month in Vrindavan. So this is a special month where many of the special pastimes of the Supreme Lord happen during in Vrindavan during this month. The one important pastimes is, of course, the Damodar Leela, which actually shows that Lord can be actually bound by love, the rope of love. Dam Udar means, Dam means actually rope, Dam in Sanskrit means rope, and Udar means belly. So Lord was bound by the love of his devotees. He was bound in a mortar shell by Yashoda, Mother Yashoda. So that shows that even the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to whom the fear is fearful, the fear personified is fearful of, but he become fearful of his devotee out of natural reciprocation of love. So that pastime happened there. In Damodar month, we actually it happened on Amavasya. We celebrate the Diwali day. It happened on the Diwali day. Then Sharad Purnima, which is very important. The first time the gopis and Krishna met, this is very esoteric topic. Maybe we cannot contemplate on that, but I can speak that. That pastime when Krishna and the gopis met first time in Rasa dance, that happened in Sharad Purnima also. The Purnima is today. That Purnima is today, and many devotees who are very exalted, they release these pastimes very nicely, especially those who are living in Brajadham, very advanced devotees. And the song of separation, Gopi Geet, also manifested in this month. That is a verse, I think third or fourth verse. It says Sharadu Udashaye Sadhu Jata Sat, right? That starts with like that. Like, even though it doesn't directly speak about that month itself, it says like, oh, your face is like the moon, the full moon of autumn. So in autumn the sky remains clean, so the moon manifests its beauty very nicely. So that's why they were telling that, your face is like moon, and your glance among that moon is the whole of a lotus. Beautiful explanation of that verse are there in Gopi Geet. So that also happened in that time. And another interesting thing is like the Govardhan Leela. We also celebrate Govardhan Puja in our temple during Govardhan Leela. That also happened in Damodar month, and we know that this is the only Leela where all the different pastimes, different rasas, they manifest together, right? Because there were devotees who were in Santaras. There are the cows, there are different animals, they were in Santaras with Krishna. And then there were like Dasera's devotees who were serving Krishna in different extent. There are friends of Krishna, they were also present there. And then Krishna's parents, or the devotees who had parental love to Krishna, they were also present there. And of course the gopis headed by Srimati Radharani, they were all there. And interestingly, there Krishna had a hodgepodge reciprocation, for 7 days. So everybody was thinking like, oh, Krishna has this kind of esoteric power. Everybody thinks that, oh, Krishna is mine. Krishna is giving full attention to me. And that's what Krishna also wants from us, full attention of us, not anywhere else, not digress or 50%, 30%. He wants 100% attention, because he gives 100% attention to us. So that's another interesting thing, that everyone was enjoying, but Krishna was not able to enjoy to full extent because it became a little hodgepodge for him. So that pastime happened there, and then later on, the appearance of Govinda Kunda, because Indra Maharaj, he came and he asked for forgiveness for his offense to the Brajavasis, to the Supreme Lord himself, because he was very passionate. Oh, I am the king of the heavenly planet, so I can do anything and everything. So he asked for forgiveness, but he was not courageous to face Krishna himself. So he sent Surabhi, Mother Surabhi first, and she bathed Krishna with her milk, and then Govinda Kunda actually manifested. And Govinda, the word itself means the person who gives pleasure to the cows and senses, right? So yeah, he was named as Govinda, or his name being known as Govinda. It's an eternal name, but sometimes Krishna manifests his particular feature through a particular pastime. So that also happened during Damodar month. Then another interesting pastimes, I'm just touching, a little bit. Every pastimes, they need multiple classes to go in detail. And, many senior devotees, they have the realization they can manifest, I think, throughout the Damodar month. Many of these pastimes will be revealed in detailed manner. So please stay tuned. So another interesting fact is Gopashtami. So Gopashtami, Krishna goes for the pasturing of the cows for the first time on that day. So Mother Yashoda is very, careful about Krishna. She's very possessive. She doesn't want Krishna to go out in pasturing ground, and there are a lot of animals. Cows cannot also behave sometimes nicely, and the roads are not soft for Krishna's feet. So she is very conscious about that, and she makes excuses that, okay, Krishna, it's not time for you. But Krishna says, no, other kids are going for pasturing. Why I can't? And I should, because I am a cowherd man's son. So I should actually learn how to do this and help my father. And they had 900,000 of cows. So Krishna wants to go, but Mother Yashoda doesn't want to let him go. So what happened? Krishna made an arrangement. Garga Muni actually stopped by at Nanda Maharaja's house, and Garga Muni was Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj approached that, what is a good time for Krishna to start pasturing? It should not be like tomorrow. And then Garga Muni, by influence of Krishna and Yogamaya, he said, no, tomorrow I see a very auspicious time. If he starts, then it will be very opulent for your cows. So please let him start tomorrow. And then Yashodamaya, she felt, and now Garga Muni told, I cannot actually say no to him also. Now I have to do something. Okay, Krishna, I will make some nice shoes for you, because there will be lot of pebbles, lot of thorns in your way during pasturing, which will hurt your soft lotus feet. I don't want that to happen. Krishna said, no, I cannot do that, mother, because I am a servant of the cows. So cows are to be served by me. It's not that if you want me to give shoes, you have to give shoes to my cows also. And how many cows they have? 900,000. How many feet? 900 into 4. You do the math. So that means, so Mother Yashoda knew that it is not possible. So what? In the meanwhile, the cows, they overheard this conversation. And this heard that how Krishna is loving us, how much, because every living entities, even inanimate objects in Brajadham has a special favor by Krishna. Brajavashir Shabhavik Priti Krishner Prati, Krishner Shabhavik Priti Brajavashi Prati. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was explaining the love of Madhavendra Puri when he was actually visiting, what was the pastime? Madhavendra Puri comes when? 4th chapter, right? The glories of Madhavendra Puri. Anyways, Lord Chaitanya has traveled towards Jagannath Puri. That pastimes come. I cannot recall exactly. Anyways, so then he was telling that when Brajavasis heard about the appearance of Gopal in Govardhan, they all started herding and they brought all the paraphernalia to worship him. They were not actually convinced. There was no need to convince them, the Gopal, this is a special deity, he came in my dream. They just, Gopal appeared, okay, let's go there and accumulate everything. So they have that kind of spontaneous love. And Krishna has also that kind of spontaneous love towards the Brajavasis. That's why if we are not qualified and we go to Vrindavan, we can commit offense to Brajadham or Brajavasis. We cannot understand their mood also. We can say, they're drinking tea. It's not a regulative principle. What will happen? We cannot actually judge them. So that's why somebody has to be little mature while going to Vrindavan. They need to understand first that we are not there to rectify them, because if somebody has that much intense love for Krishna, we cannot judge them by their external behavior. And we are not their teacher also. They are our teacher. Anyways, so the point is, because of their natural love, Krishna also reciprocated them accordingly. So these cows, they overheard this conversation, and what they did, they actually, in the dead night, they came out of their astabo, their place of resting place, and they went to the field where Krishna will pass by in the morning, and they stomped with their hoof and made the field level and made it very soft, dusty, so that when Krishna steps, only Krishna's footprint will be imprinted, but Krishna doesn't get any pain in his leg. So that kind of reciprocation of love from the cows we actually experience in Gopashtami. Another interesting thing, when Srimati Radharani heard that Krishna will, and I think somebody will explain it in one of the classes, that she also wanted to observe how Krishna actually pastured the cows. So she also herself dressed as a Gopa, and we'll see Srimati Radharani as Gopa during Gopashtami. Only on that day, she herself dresses as a boy, beautiful boy. Because Srimati Radharani and Suval, they have like same facial feature. They are almost same, to look. So when she dressed as Gopa, she looks like Suval Sakha, one of the premium, cowherd friends of Krishna. So that is Gopashtami pastimes. Another interesting thing, even if you read Srimad Bhagavad Ji Mahapuran, there are many pastimes which happen during this Damodar month. One interesting fact is, Dhruva Maharaj, how many months of austerity did he do? 6 months. Exactly, Prabhu. Thank you, Mahapur Bihari Prabhu. So 6 months of austerity gave him perfection, right? And interestingly, the last month is Damodar month, Karthik month. And he was performing austerities where? Can anybody tell? Yes, Madhuban in Vrindavan, right? Madhuban is one of the 12 forests of Vrindavan, and there is a Dhruva Tila also there, mountain. It's in a hidden place. It's not so visible by devotees. Only those who are very expert in Vrindavan Parikrama, they can take you to those places. Anyways, so that is still there. So he got perfection, and the culmination month is Damodar Karthik month. Another one is this Ambarish Maharaj pastimes. You know that Ambarish Maharaj is doing a special brath, 40 days or 30 days, and he wanted to break his fast. That was also the culmination of Kartika month first. The scripture says sometimes Ekadashi, sometimes, because he was doing whole month Ekadashi, and it was very auspicious time to break his fast. And then Durvasa Muni comes. I will give you just short notice if somebody doesn't know that pastimes. So Ambarish Maharaj was a very exalted devotee of Lord Krishna. He was a king, but he was serving Krishna with all of his senses. Savai Mana Krishna Padarvindayar Vachangsi Vaikuntha Gunana Varnane. All of his senses. His eyes were always taking darshan of Krishna. His hands were doing Krishna's, Karau Harir Mandira Marjanadishu, like cleaning the temple of Krishna. His mouth was always speaking about glories of Krishna, taking Krishna Prasadam. Like every sense. Ear was engaged to hear about Krishna's glories. Eyes were to see Krishna's form. So every senses were engaged for Krishna service. So this devotee was performing some austerity, a special austerity during Kartik month. And then usually the custom is, during the culmination of austerity, you invite some brahmanas, you feed them with prasadam, give some dakshina, and then you break your fast. And Durvasa Muni, he was a very special esoteric, austerity yogi. He is a Rudra incarnation. There are 3 persons, Atri and Anuswa came, so one of them is Rudra incarnation, is this one, Durvasa Muni. Anyway, so he came, he said, okay, let me take bath and I will come. And somehow or other he wanted to test Ambarish Maharaj. So the time of Parayan, means like breaking your fast, was almost over. So he asked that, Durvasa Muni is not back yet, so what to do? The other Acharyas, the Brahmanas, they said like, okay, you take some water. By taking water, you simultaneously keep the fast and break the fast. That's an interesting thing. So if you are doing Nirambu Upavas, or water fasting, by taking water you can fast your break. But if you are taking water, then you can fast your break by taking fruits. Anything eatable, you have to chew. And then if you are taking fasting by non-grain, means like you are taking already fruits, milks and other things, then take some grains. There are different levels of breaking your fast also. But if you take grain, that's also fine. It's not that I'm taking the Niramu fasting should be broken with water, but anything, Charanamrit or Nirmal, anything. Anyway, so okay. So then Ambarish Maharaj, he was taking some water. He just took a sip of water and Durvasa Muni appeared there. And he wanted to curse because he felt offended that, oh, somebody how could, without feeding me, without honoring me, can take grain. And then Ambarish Maharaj did not do anything. He just took shelter of Krishna, and Krishna sent, Lord Vishnu sent actually Sudarshan Chakra, and Sudarshan chased him throughout Vaikuntha. He was stopping in different places. And then he went to Vaikuntha to take shelter of Lord Vishnu. Vishnu said, no, even though you think I am independent, I am not independent. Aham bhakta paradhina. I am dependent on my devotees. So please, I cannot do anything. Please ask forgiveness to Ambarish. He will take care of you. And the devotees are by nature forgiving. They don't, take any offense. There is a special verse comes in Srimad Bhagavad Gita Mahapuran, Shamika Rishi, while glorifying the devotees, that Tiraskrita Vipralabdha Shapta Shipta Hato Opi Na Tasya Pati Kurvanti Tad Bhakta Prabhavo Opi. Like, even though you chastise the pure devotee, that is Tiraskrita Vipralabdha, if you cheat them, Shapta Shipta, even if you curse them or you become angry with them, Na Tasya Pati Kurvanti, they don't actually retaliate. Tad Bhakta Prabhavo Opi. That is the speciality of pure devotees. And then he says, Prayaso sadhavo loke pared dandeshi yojita na vathanti na rishvanti yatha na vathanti ta rishvanti yatha bhakti gunashraya. So it says that most of the times you will see devotees suffer. Apparently they are suffering. By material alignment or by Krishna's desire. They are suffering. But they don't say that I am suffering or I want to actually fix this position. They just say like, okay, whatever Krishna's desire. They are so much dependent on Krishna. We are not in that stage, by the way. So that is the mood of a devotee. It was, in glorification of Parikshit Maharaj, when Shringi actually cursed Parikshit Maharaj, then Shamika Rishi was glorifying the mood of Parikshit Maharaj. Anyway, so Durvasa Muni was like that also. So he forgave him. And then, Durvasa Muni, by this pastime, also we see the glories of devotee. And it also happened during Damodar month. Then another interesting pastime, I think all of you know that Bali Maharaj and Bamandev, and that's why another thing is like the charity to Brahmanas and Vaishnavas are very powerful during this month. I will actually touch base some of the aspect of what you can do or what I should do. And then, so you see that Bali Maharaj, his last Ashramedh Yagya was happening during this month, and he was about to take the position of Indra. And then Bhamana, he actually, stopped that yagya, but he gave him a better position than Indra. In Bhagavatam, he is glorified as one of the Dadasha Mahajanas. But if you analyze his pastimes throughout, what he did, he actually fought against the demigods, right? His guru, he actually gave him the instructions to do karma kanda. But at the end, what he did, he actually gave everything to Krishna. Oh, for, Krishna samarpaya ami. I gave everything to Krishna. If it is his desire to acquire everything what I got so far, let it be. Let it be. That mood gave him the position, in the equivalent stage of, Sayambu, Narada Shambhu, Kumara, Kapila Muni, all the big Mahajanas who are in Bhagavatam, they are giving instructions. Bali Maharaj in Bhagavatam, he doesn't give instruction. He accepts the instruction. And he rejects his, the Guru, Shukracharya's instruction when it was opposing to the devotional service. So it's a little different, but he got the same position. And Bhavana Deva, he always resides with Bali Maharaj in Sutala planet. So that also happened. Another interesting fact that, in Kartika, in Deepavali, we worship Mother Lakshmi, right? Does anybody know that what is the significance of worshipping Mother Lakshmi during this month? I know that some people worship daily because that's the significance that we need Lakshmi Mata's special benediction. Okay, so one thing is like that Samudra Manthan Leela, right? It happened actually during the Damodar month, and Mother Lakshmi appeared during the Samudra Manthan, if you recall. Mother Lakshmi an eternal concert, but different pastimes, Lord's different concerts, they appear from different incident. So she appeared, and as soon as she appeared, everybody was, oh, how beautiful, how qualified. Oh, maybe I am not qualified for her husband. Everybody understood, even Lord Shiva and other people understood. Only Lord Narayan knew that, and he garlanded her as his wife. So anyways, that exchange was there. And Mother Lakshmi also knew that, this person is look like my husband. So because they are their eternal relationship. That's why we do Lakshmi Puja during this month. And also Dhanteras, right? Dhanantari. So Dhanteras, that also, he appeared also, Lord Dhanantari also appeared during the chanting of the ocean, along with the Uchchasrava, Airavata, these heavenly opulences. Anyway, so these are the different pastimes which happened, and for Gaudiya Vaishnavas especially, who are in this Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Bhakti Vinod Prabhupada Parampara, we have very special days like disappearance day of Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and disappearance days of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. That also happens. It's simultaneously a pleasure of joy and also lamentation, because actually, even though we see from our eyes Prabhupada is not there, but actually he is there. When somebody serves Prabhupada's instructions, then he manifests his mercy to that person. He doesn't feel like, oh, Prabhupada is absent in my heart. I was hearing one devotee's experience. She was so much devoted to Srila Prabhupada that she could not accept any other guru in ISKCON. And then she approached her mentor that, Prabhu, this is my situation. I cannot accept anyone other than Srila Prabhupada as my guru. And there is a section, who are also following Srila Prabhupada. They don't accept anyone other than Srila Prabhupada as their guru, but we are not like that. So then the devotee said, okay, you try to actually make some connection with devotee and follow someone who inspires you, and see at some point whether you can actually surrender unto that person. So she started following some lectures of some of our Guru Vargas, one of our Guru Vargas, and she felt some connection. And she took initiation without establishing the full connection. She told it that I cannot yet establish that connection which I have with Srila Prabhupada. And then after some time, that lady, after taking initiation, she revealed her heart to that devotee that now I feel like I have a very special place with my Guru Maharaj, for my Guru Maharaj in my heart, which gives me the window to see Srila Prabhupada in a broader spectrum, in a bigger way, that how big an Acharya he is. So that relationship is important. We cannot actually approach someone very high, like we cannot approach 6 Goswamis from our current situation, because they are in a different level. We need to actually see our level, and then we can approach someone who is very, very elevated. Like even if you read, Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's commentary, the Bengali itself is so difficult to digest that Bengali. You need to study Bengali literature. Anyway, so that is another thing that it's a very special occasion for us. We can remember Srila Prabhupada's contribution in our life, and overall to the human society what he has given, and how it will sustain us for quite some time in this special Kali Yuga. Another thing I forgot to actually mention is that appearance of Shri Radha-Kunda. So original appearance of Shri Radha-Kunda is in month of Chaitra. That is in March, April. That time the Aristasura was killed, and Radha-Kunda appeared. Lord Krishna, he wanted to take bath in a holy place, and he invoked 68,000 holy places in one pond, and everyone personified resided in that holy place, and he took bath. And Srimati Radharani, along with her friends, she also excavated one pond, and all the holy places also enter into her pond. But actually it's not a pond or it's not water. It's actually the nectarian form of pure love. So that's the difference. We don't see in our mundane vision, but those who are exalted devotee, they know the glories of Radha-Kunda, especially those who are Rupa Anugas, Rupa Goswami's followers. So that appearance is in Chaitra month. However, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who re-established the Braja Bhakti in this planet, he in 500 years ago, he rediscovered Sri Radha-Kunda, and that happened in the month of Karthik. Mahaprabhu actually visited Vrindavan Dham in month of Karthik, and there he rediscovered that place where Radha-Kunda situated, and then he established this worship of Radha-Kunda, observing that day especially as the Avirvav or appearance of Sri Radha-Kunda. That's why we observe that day as appearance of Radha-Kunda, and we worship Sri Radha-Kunda, so that someday, by mercy of Srimati Radharani, we can reside there. Okay, so I will stop here because it has been quite a long monologue so far. I want to hear some devotees' realization or reflection or comment or anything about you want to share about Karthik, because many of the devotees you study in very detail and you have heard also in many yatras about Karthik month. It's something we can hear about for some time. Yeah. Anybody wants to share something? Please feel free. Anyone? Excuse me. Okay, thank you, Mataji. The mic is not on, Mataji. Yeah, I heard it, but there are online audiences who will be here. Okay, so Mataji is asking what is the significance of worshipping Tulsi during Kartik. So, Tulsi should be worshipped throughout the year, but if we cannot do it, we can give some special attention during month of Kartik. Like, it's not that only Kartik you do chanting, or it's not that you offer lamp only during Kartik. You can offer lamp every day. But you get some special mercy or a special benediction if you do it during the Kartik, a special reciprocation. Just like there are sale offer during Christmas or Thanksgiving time, right? The same object you can buy any time over the year. But you wait for that to come, right? Many people plan that, okay, I will buy that thing during Thanksgiving time. Why? Because there will be more concession there. So many devotees like that, they prepare their throughout the year's journey so that they give a special focus in their sadhana during this month. Many of our devotees, they went to Vrindavan to spend one whole month in sadhana there. So that's like that, Mataji. It's not that you don't do it other months. You do it in other months also, because we should be worshipping Tulasi, if not the form of the Lord. Because Tulasi Devi is very merciful. She can give you Krishna Prem very easily. But this time it's very auspicious and more merciful. That's what I wanted to say. Anyone else? Okay. If not, then we can go to the next part. Oh, you wanted to say Hari Murali Prabhu?
Prabhu, just a question, and thank you for the class so far. Could you speak about any other pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he did during Kartik? Are there anything else that, apart from what you said?
So, yeah, that's a good point. I don't see actually Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Chaitamrita specifically. I don't see anything specific he did during Kartik, because somebody who is doing 24 hours of service, he doesn't have to do anything specific in Kartik. And Mahaprabhu is always residing in Dham, or wherever he resides, it's Dham. But most of us also, the sannyasis, you see many sannyasis, they are also traveling during Kartik. They actually, many brahmacharis, they will be visiting our temple during Kartik. Because the 11 months they reside in Dham, and then 1 month they actually travel. It's opposite for them. So those who are, renunciants, Tyagi Vaishnavas, for them, it's not like so mandatory to actually do a specific performances. If they do, it's okay, if somebody's body allows. But because they are always engaged in Krishna service, they have nothing, for themselves. But if somebody cannot do it throughout the year, then they can actually give some special attention during this month. Like if you are chanting 16 rounds, then chant extra 4 rounds. Or if you are waking up at 5 a.m., you wake up at 4:30 a.m. Do extra bit and offer it to Radha Damodara's pleasure. Then you get. We don't see actually anything specific Mahaprabhu doing during Kartik, not in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Chaitamrita. I didn't see. Anybody else wants to add? Anybody knows about anything Mahaprabhu is doing during Kartik? But Rupa Goswami Pad mentions about Kartik Vrata in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He actually said, I wrote this verse. Let me see. Actually, I think I quoted, that verse was written somewhere here. Okay, it says, Durlabha Bhakti Yogo me mama bhashya vidayakaha kartike mathurayam cha vratananena labhate. Yeah, it is not exactly Bhakti Rasamrita verse, I think. But it says that my devotion to me is very sudurlava, it's very rare to achieve. But if somebody performs Vrat, austerity during month of Kartik, for him it is easy to achieve. So that's why we focus a little bit more. That's what I can answer, Prabhu, to your question. Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna.
quick question. So how is the Vrata observed during?
Yes, good question, Mataji. That will be my next part of presentation. So, Skanda Purana speaks about 5 things you can do during Kartik. Kartike asmin visheshena nittam kurvita vaishnavaha Damodara archanam prata snanam dana brotadikam. So it says, somebody during Kartik month, he or she can do 5 things. One thing is, sometime he can do the whole night Harinam, Harivasar. It is called Harijagaranam or Harivasar. Vasar means night. So maybe during a special day like Ekadasi or something, you can do one day or something. What is practical for you? Then Prata Snan, every day you take bath during the sunrise. Ideally before Brahma Muhurta. So Brahma Muhurta is 1 hour 36 minutes before sunrise. So there are 2 Muhurtas. Before sunrise is Brahma Muhurta. So a Muhurta consists of 48 minutes, 48, 1 hour and 36 minutes. So you take bath. So now sun rises in Bay Area around 7:06. So you take bath by 5:30. Then Tulsi Seva. You put water, you worship Tulsi Maharani, you chant before her, you do Pradakshina. These are Tulsi Seva. And also you offer the Tulsi, you pluck from her to Krishna's lotus feet. That is also Tulsi Seva. And when you do that, you get enormous spiritual credit. And Deepdan, which is most important thing. So it is said that other karma, other activities you do, you get 100 times benefit. But by offering lamp, you get 1,000 times benefits. So there are a special consideration for Deepdan. And that's why you see that in the temple, we have arrangement for offering lamp. There will be Damodarashtakam played. And then you can offer lamp to their lordship, Shri Radha Madan Mohan Mahaprabhu, Lakshmi Narasimha, Panchatattva. And then is asking the mercy from the superior Acharyas and Srimati Radharani, so that your brata is continued and you can conclude it in the right manner. That's also very important. Just not like, oh, I don't want to follow any rules and regulations. I'm Vaishnava, I'm beyond these things. No, we don't actually do it. That's not the mood of Vaishnavas. They want to follow all the Shruti Shastra, Sriti Shastra, what they speak about how to conclude this brat. And when you do these things, do something simple like Sadhu Sangha, Nama Kirtan, Bhagavad Shravan, Mathuravas, Shri Murtiro, Shraddhaya Shravan. These are the 5 aspects of devotional service which gives very rapid progress in devotional service. Sadhu Sangha, association of devotees, chanting of the holy name, hearing about Bhagavad Katha or Krishna Katha, and residing in a holy place, and worshipping the deities. So you do this thing throughout the year, but do it with a special attention during this month. Just add a special aspect. Maybe you are not doing like 5 Upachar Puja. Do 5 Upachar Puja, or maybe you are not maintaining a specific time. Do it in a specific time. Like little a special care. That will give you big push, thirst in your spiritual journey. So thank you for bringing that question, Mataji. So these are very simple thing we can actually perform. So in this regard, I can actually recall a special pastimes. It also comes in Skanda Purana. It talks about a mouse. I think Visheshaka Maharaj was also discussing this pastime. So I little bit researched on it, and I found that the pastimes is a little big. So it said that a mouse, a she mouse, she used to. There is any feminine gender for she mouse? No, only mouse, right? Now mice is the plural number, right? Yeah. So anyway, so she was taking ghee, right, every day from extinguished lamps. She's habituated to do that from a temple. Now one day what happened? She became very hungry, and she was taking a risk. The lamp was still burning. It did not get extinguished, and she started taking ghee from the lamp. And somehow or other, that the sholte, that Ghee wicks, yeah, weeks, yeah. It got, thank you, it got stuck in her teeth, and because the ghee was still present, so she started burning, and out of the pain, she started jumping in front of the Lord in the altar, and the Lord took it as a special devotional service, and this was all happening during Karthik, and the Lord said, "Okay, you get a special ultimate benediction." Actually, that verse says, Ekadasyam parerdatyam deepam prajalya mushika yona jachati mudhatma deepam keshava sadamani. Even mane mudhatma, this mushika, she did not intentionally offer the lamb to the Lord, but still she got the benefit of offering a lamb during Kartik month, and by that she got elevation to the spiritual world. So this is how much, if you give attention while you are offering the lamb. And you can, another thing is that you can offer lamb on behalf of someone else also. He or she will get the benefit, like especially if somebody is not able to come to the temple, or for some circumstances, or even somebody is deceased, you actually offer the lamb on behalf of that person, they also get benefit. And it's not very difficult. Just take some, wicks, put it dip in ghee, and then light it and offer it to Lord 4 times around his feet, 2 times around his navel, 3 times around his face, and 7 times around his body. 4, 2, 3, 7. That's the formula. And by that, you get ultimate benediction. What we need actually. This is the simple process, simple process. So that is one other thing. Another thing I wanted to discuss, because there is nobody. Anybody wants to share anything? Oh yes, Shyam Jagannath Prabhu. Because if only time remains, then I will discuss about that.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It was a beautiful class. You gave a summary of what is yet to come in Karthik Mass. Thank you very much for connecting many of the pastimes. I did not know the 2 appearances of Radha-Kund, the original appearance of Radha-Kund when the pastime happened, and the appearance of Radha-Kund that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found out. Yeah, so when you were speaking, it feels like many of the pastimes that were discussed in Bhagavatam happened in Karthik only. So thank you very much for that. So one question I have, Prabhuji. Usually we offer lamp throughout the year, and then there is special significance and importance given for offering lamp. Can you please shed some light on why is it so? We hear when we offer lamp, we are offering the fire element in our body, they say. But what exactly does that mean? And what is the mood in which we should do it? And the second question, which is related, is the number that you just mentioned, 4 times, 2 times, 3 times. What is the significance of that also?
Okay,
Thank you,
that's
Prabhuji.
good question. So one thing is like when we do Panchapachara Puja of the Supreme Lord, so we offered Dhupa, Deepa, Arghya, then Bastra, and then Pushpa. So these represent different type of Tanmatra, also different material elements, Khitya, Apotech, Marudbom, like earth, water, fire, ether, air. So, by offering this to Lord, and along with the Man, Buddhi, Ahankar, because the Pujari, he actually offers his mind, his intelligence, and also his pure ego while doing the worship. It's not only that you are doing everything materially, but also that is also engaged. And that's why Manasa Puja, those who are like Paramahansa, they do Manasa Puja and they get actually better benefit, better reciprocation. We do actually with all the paraphernalia, all the opulence, but we sometimes don't get, because the subtle element is not connected so much. Anyways, but 4237, Prabhu, this is Pancharatrika Vidhi. So Pancharatrika Vidhi are established, or Tantra are established by the Lord and the exalted personalities like Vyasadeva or Narad Muni, and many school of thought, especially Madhya school of thought, they are very particular about these things. So they have like Agama, which are written like, okay, these particular activities should be done in this manner, and this should be, as for a sadhaka bhakta, without I also don't understand what are the significance 4237, but that's what they have actually written. And the Acharyas asked us to follow, so that's why I'm following. I don't know that why the number is like 4237. It can be like 3257 also. That I cannot answer it. But my understanding is like it is spoken in Shruti. So some of the aspects of it, maybe when we advance in our devotional aspect, maybe it will get revealed to our heart. And if you are more interested, maybe you can ask Nishinga Kavach Prabhu, who is ISKCON deity ministry in church. But my point is, personally, I follow it because I found that the Shruti Shastra, they actually asked us to do in that manner. I think that was your question only, that why the 4237 is the number, right? So yeah, that I follow. Like dhupa, you don't actually offer in the same manner. You offer like 7 times around the body. Water like 3 and 7. So the numbers, I don't know actually why this is the number. Yeah, frankly I don't know. Yes, Mayapur, you wanted to add something? Oh, okay. So 4 means like 4 times you show the lamp around the lotus feet of the Lord, 2 times around his navel, 3 times around his face, and 7 times around his body. So that is the signification 4, 2, 3, 7. I saw in even Tirupati Balaji also, when they offer, actually they offer like this, like 4 times around his lotus feet, because something, deity worship is something I'm very interested in. So when somebody does like Shuddha Achar, I follow like what they are doing. So I saw that, they like with a full plate, they just 4 times, 2 times, and then Lord, and then like nice, in a gesture, they actually show it around his body. So yeah, I think they can also give better answer. Or maybe, Prabhu, you can answer. Because these Madhya temples, they are also very strict about these things, right? Can you do you know actually why we do that? No, okay, sorry, Prabhu.
No, I have nothing to add on that.
Okay, yeah, please. If you have something.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So I wanted to actually share 2 things. One is a comment. I was thinking, how we all know that Krishna has unlimited potencies. And I was thinking, how about in the universal form, he shows to Arjuna the Virat Rupa, right, where Arjuna sees everything in his mouth. But at the same time, in this Damodar Leela, like he doesn't expand like that, he stays in that, child form, and he lets Mother Yashoda, relish or enjoy that rasa. So I was thinking it's really like, magnificent the way he, does his Leela. That was a realization. And the second thing was, I wanted you to talk more about, Nala Kuvera and Manigriva, right? Like there is a connection when Krishna does this Damodar Leela and approaches the tree. Can you talk about that a little bit, Prabhuji?
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. So yeah, Nala Kubera, Manigriva, they were Kubera's sons. So they were very opulent. So they were cursed by Narad Muni. And now interesting thing is, when a Vaishnava curses you, that is for your ultimate benediction. It is like no material benediction can actually match the curse of a Vaishnava. So when even chastisement of Vaishnava, kick of Vaishnava, like not for your offenses, because they were not actually doing offenses, they were doing sin. So there is a difference between offense and sins. They were violating 4 regulative principles, intoxication, illicit sex, eating nonsense thing. And they were doing it in Mandakini Sarovar, which is, celestial Ganges. So you in a place of pilgrimage, you don't do these kind of things. Anyways, so they were cursed by Narad Muni because this is their ultimate benediction. By will of providence, he was passing by and he noticed that these people, they are being demigods, they are acting like animals. So I should actually rectify them, and they curse them. Okay, you become tree, because tree, they don't know what to do when somebody comes. Like somebody superior comes, tree cannot actually bow to them or worship them or hide their situation. They will be like that, only for everyone. So you become like that, a tree. But where? In the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. So they were there in that form of a tree for millions of years. And when Krishna appeared, they started enjoying or observing all Krishna's Bal Leela. And who among in the earth is as fortunate as them? But by doing heinous activities, sinful activities, they got cursed from an exalted devotee and they become receiver of the ultimate fortune. Anyway, so Krishna not only delivered them from the tree form, when he did the Damodar form, he uprooted both the trees with the mortar he was tied with. He also delivered them to the spiritual world with pure bhakti. That's why this Damodarashtakam Satyavrata Muni sings that, Kuver Atmajo Badho Murtaiva Yadvat Taya Mochito Bhakti Bhajo Kritaucha Tatha Prema Bhakti Sakam Me Prayacha Namakte Grohomesti Damodareha. Said like Kuber Atmaja Badho Murtaiva Yadvat, like they were just like trees in statue. They are like in condition. Taya Machito Bhakti Bhajo Kritaucha. You delivered them and you bestowed them the pure devotional service. Not only delivered ordinarily, you bestowed pure devotional service. And he is asking, Satyavrata Muni is asking, Tatha Prema Bhakti Sakam Me Prayacha. That is my desire, that Prema Bhakti. Namoksha Graham Esti Damodaraya. I don't want any kind of other liberation or any, escape from this material world. I want the Prema Bhakti. That one pointed attention. Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. Yeah. So that's why, because you requested Prabhu sir, wanted to add it, because that was my first plan, to speak about Damodar Leela. But then I thought, maybe that will be little theoretical. Anyways. No, not Leela part is theoretical, because I was thinking of speaking from Sanatan Goswami's commentary on Damodarashtakam. Anyways, so that is one thing. Anyone wants to add? Yes, Mayapur Bihari Prabhuji, you want to add something?
Prabhuji, one question, but before that, thank you for a wonderful nectarian, session. It really sets up mood in a very nice way. Big Hari Bol to you, Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah. Actually, my question is very technical, so it doesn't, it's very raw compared to the wonderful nectar you have given me, but it is always there in my mind. Karthik, sometimes we celebrate from Ekadashi in Vrindavan. Today actually is Sharad Purnima.
Correct.
Even tomorrow is not Ekam. Technically Hindu calendar Karthik starts almost after 16 days from today. So just trying to understand, what is this technicality of when exactly Karthik starts? Again, purely technical, nothing to do with devotional service, but just out of curiosity.
I can share what I have heard, Prabhu. Thank you for asking that question. I had a conversation with other devotees also regarding same topic. So Ekadashi to Ekadashi is the mood of Vrindavan devotees, because they consider that the Chaturmasya starts from Devashayani Ekadashi and it ends on Uttan Ekadashi. So that is the 4-month, rainy season period. But regular, that Brahmanas or Vaishnavas, other center of Vaishnavas, they actually perform from Patipat. Purnima is the first day and the next day is Pratipad, means the new moon start or the next cycle starts. So there starts from Pratipad to Purnima. That is the month calculation. Now, if you think the Vaishnava calendar always calculate the month from Pratipad, not from Ekadasi. So today is the last month of, what is the month? Padmanabha and then Damodara, right? Padmanabha and today is Padmanabha? Rishikesh, what is the month today? Before them, Padmanabha, right? Yes, Padmanabha month. So this is the last day. So they will start calculating the day. But I found Srila Prabhupada in one of his lectures. It was given in Vrindavan. He actually mentioned that the Vrindavan devotees, he actually specifically mentions, Vrindavan devotees observe Kartik Vrata from Ekadashi to Ekadashi. So that's why you see already Vrindavan Yatra started and the devotees already are there and they have started observing it. But for other places, we actually do it Purnima to Purnima, and it's not like something you're violating the rules or regulations. It's also something related to culture also, not only everything. So maybe some Acharyas, I don't know where it goes back, but I heard that is one of the modes. Okay, I don't know whether it answers perfectly, but that I heard, yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Anything else? Anyone? Okay, Hari Murali Prabhu.
Sorry, I just had a clarification question. So with Mani Griva and Elakuvera, I'm not sure if I remember why exactly, like they were cursed for a sin they were doing, but why were they given the benediction that Krishna would save them? Like what was so special about them?
So this is called benediction in disguise. So when pure devotees, you interact with pure devotees, the verse what you have to remember? Lavamatra sadhu sangha, right? Tulayam lavena pena sarga napunar bhavam bhagavat sangi sangasya martana kimutashish. That verse you have to remember, just like a garland of necks. That's why you have to look for pure devotees and their association. Because even though they are ultimate chastisement or curse, that can transform your whole existence. So that happened in their case also. Even though they don't have anything, like pure devotees don't have anything to do with the materialistic people. Mahaprabhu, I quoted that verse also, that Mohanta Shavavai Tarite Pamor Nijo Karjo Nahito Bujai Por Ghar. That those who are exalted devotees, they have nothing to do with the materialistic people. Still they go door to door to deliver them. So that's how he went there, Narad Muni, and he gave them curse to fall down from the celestial planet. Apparent fall down, because that was a fall down. You come to the mortal world and you have like topmost, sensual enjoyment platform in heavenly planet, and here you are just like tree. It's a curse for a materialistic view. But for a spiritualistic view, it's an ultimate benediction. They're able to see. So that's all. So your question was that how it is a benediction, right? Sorry, I lost the train of thought.
No, that helps. But I guess my question was, how come they got that benediction? Because they were...
Oh, there's no qualification? That's why it is called causeless.
Causeless.
There is no apparent cause. They should get that kind of benediction, yes. That's why we don't say that we deserve it. We don't actually deserve it. And that's why we call it causeless. Because if something is deserving, means like I am doing it by my own endeavor. And my own endeavor is not enough to get that kind of highest perfection. So that's why we have to depend on pure devotees. Anyways, you should not actually leave your endeavor. That's why that two fingers, right? So there are two nyayas in Shastra. It says like two nyayas, Markata nyaya and Marjara nyaya. It's like one is the cat nyaya, logic, and another is the monkey logic. So the monkey, it actually clamp the mother's chest, and mother jumps from one branch to another branch, but it never falls down, right? He has complete faith that mother will protect me. Marjar, on the other hand, it lies in the jaws, in between the jaws of mother. And mother carries it from one place to another. It just lies there. It doesn't do anything. So there is no endeavor from this side. So there are a school of thoughts who completely depend on full mercy. They don't do much, but they just maintain their regulative principles. And there are a school there, I will achieve it. But our school of thought is like we do both. We do our full endeavor, and also we depend on Krishna's causeless mercy, or his pure devotees' causeless mercy, which is more powerful. Hare Krishna. Okay, so yes, Prabhu, I forgot your initiation. Prem Nitai Das Prabhuji Jai. Hare Krishna. No, take a mic, Prabhuji. Somebody who is from online.
I just wanted to add to this pastime project, like I heard today. So in this actually it happened in the evening time when Krishna uprooted these trees.
Correct.
And actually it made like huge sound in Vrindavan. And these Gopa, they actually told that Krishna did this, and like that news spread, like Krishna had uprooted the tree and like two demigods appeared. So, but Vrijvasis was not like concerned about two demigods appear, but when they heard Krishna actually uprooted those trees, so they were worried actually Krishna might have got hurt. So it was evening time, so everybody brought their lamp, and then they were actually seeing if Krishna is hurt somewhere.
Wow.
So that's where like this offering lamp to Damodar that service started. The Vijvasi actually did it the first time, so they were looking if Krishna is hurt, and the Gopa, like other Gopas were telling that two demigods appear, two demigods. They were not hearing that. They were actually seeing if Krishna is hurt somewhere, like the tree got like uprooted. So,
correct,
like
correct.
so, I heard it and I felt nice. Like why we offer lamp to the Lord. Like
excellent. Good point, Prabhu. That's why it's nectar. These pastimes you may have heard like 50 times, 100 times, some maybe 500 times. Still, it will be new. Tadeva Ramyam Ruchiram Navam. Like Krishna's pastimes are every day you hear the same pastimes, but it will be refreshing. It will not be like mundane, drama or movie or cinema or anything like that. So before we end today's session, I just want to add one thing, that all throughout the 12 months, they're dedicated to different personality, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Keshava, Madhava, Narayana, Govinda, Vishnu. But this month, even though the month is named as Lord Damodar, but the presiding deity of this month is Srimati Radharani. That's why we worship Shri Radha Damodar on various special occasions. Here in the temple we worship Yashoda Damodar. But Radha Damodar is also there, and there is pastimes where we see that, Radharani actually also bound Krishna in his belly, with his love, with her love. So that pastime is also there. Maybe it's very esoteric, that's why I did not touch base on that. So that's why Radha Rani, she is the source of all the vital energy of our spiritual life. Just like your life is, this body will not work if there is no soul, right? If there is no soul in the body, it will be inert, it will be non-functional. Similarly, if you don't have that spiritual life, which comes from Srimati Radharani, from her mercy, if that is not there, you will not actually function spiritually nicely. So that's why this is called Urja. Urja means that spiritual vital energy. And Srimati Radharani is called Urjeshwari. She is the goddess of that Urja, the spiritual energy. That's why this is called also Urja Brata. That means this is a Brata which satisfies Srimati Radharani very much, and she benedicts pure Krishna Bhakti during this time. So we should pray especially to Srimati Radharani for the success of our sadhana, whatever vow we take, for whatever simple vow. Take very simple vow which is practical for you, but do it with full attention, and ask for mercy from Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Sriman Mahaprabhu, Sri Lakshmi Narasimha, so that you can fulfill that vow and do it for their pleasure, not for your own aggrandizement or something you want to showcase to other people. So that's my request, and please bless me and forgive me if I have spoken something which is not in line with our teachings of our Acharyas. Forgive me for my offenses, and bless me also so that I can continue my service. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So now we will do a ecstatic Gaur Arati, Sandhya Arati. Actually no, Damodarashtakam, right? Today is Damodarashtakam. We will do Damodarashtakam, and also we offer light for the first time during this Brat period. So everybody can actually take the seats and put it in the designated place. We can roll this carpet and we can sit. I think we will sit together, right? We will sit. Oh, then we don't have to take this seat. Yeah, you can take seats. Sorry, we can keep the seats because everybody will be sitting, but I think we can keep this carpet also. Yeah, it's not needed. Yes. Okay, but Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shamasta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Shita Atma Ananda Hari Hari Bol. I like the video. He doesn't need me.
Hare Krishna. Please take a seat and please form the line. If you see me, please form the line from the Prabhupada and from the back side. Yeah, so from the back side. And rest of the devotees can have a seat. No.
Hari Bol, can everybody please settle down a bit? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Can everybody please settle down now? We're going to start the Damodarashtakam. Hare Krishna. Okay. Namamishwaram Sachid Anandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Prajamanam Rajamanam Anandarupam Namamishwaram Sachid Anandarupam Kunde Aghosam Nimajana Kyapayantam कृपादृष्टिदृष्ट्यातिलीनं वदानो गृहाणे क्षमामध्यमे यक्षिदृष्टा कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धं विद्यैव यत्त्वयामोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धं विद्यैव यत्त्वयामोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ अमोक्षे ग्रहो मे श्रीदामोदरेण प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ अमोक्षे ग्रहो मे श्रीदामोदरेण नमस्ते सुधामे सुरकीर्तिमाने त्वदीयोदराय त्वविपश्यधामे नमस्ते सुधामे सुरकीर्तिमाने त्वदीयोदराय त्वविपश्यधामे नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय तुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Can we turn on the lights, please, in the back? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. We welcome you all to the Sunday Feast Festival here at ISKCON of Silicon Valley. Today is a very auspicious day of Sharad Purnima. So thank you all for joining us tonight for the Sunday Feast. And we also like to thank all the online viewers. So let's give a big round of applause to everyone who has joined us. Today's Krishna Katha was brought to us by His Grace Kolodwip Prabhu. So let's give him a big round of applause. So Damodarashtakam was sung by Tejas Prabhu. And Narsimha Arti was by Madhuri Sakhi Mataji. So as you know, tomorrow is the auspicious beginning of the Karthik month. So thank you again for joining us for a precursor of the Damodarashtakam. So every day we're gonna have a Damodarashtakam starting with the Aarti at 7 p.m. Followed by Narsingha prayers, and then Damodarashtakam at 8 p.m. So that's gonna happen every day, followed by Gopi Geet at 8:20 p.m. And today at 7 p.m. we will have Gopi Geet. So please stay back after you honor Prasadam. So we'll have a Gopi Geet at 7 p.m. today. Anyone coming here for the first time? Thank you. Thank you. Vrindavan is always our first timer here. Thank you all for joining us, and we wish you all happy Karthik. And if you can, as you know, the Karthik is a very special month. If you do any kind of devotional service, there is 100 times more benefits that you will derive. So at least you can offer a ghee lamp every day to Lord Damodar, and you can chant a little bit of Mahamantra, or you can, if you are already chanting, you can increase your rounds of chanting Mahamantra or any kind of devotional service. It will bring you the immense spiritual benefits. If you have any questions, please do reach out to me. My name is Sri Gopal Das. We would be happy to assist you in any way we can. So let's chant one Mahamantra for all the newcomers. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today we have one sponsorship for the feast, and if you want to sponsor, please do reach out to us. Today is a very auspicious day, as I said, Sharad Purnima, and tomorrow is starting of the Karthik. If you like to sponsor, please do reach out to us. But in the meanwhile, let me call our sponsor, Venkatesh Prabhu. He is sponsoring on the occasion of his wife's birthday. There he is. Please do come. Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for sponsoring today's feast. And if you like to say a few words.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, my wife couldn't make it. Please bless us.
So please do it. So let's offer our prayers to Mataji by chanting again a one Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You would like to sponsor? So Harshal Prabhu would like to sponsor also today's feast. Please do come here, Prabhu. And we will like to give you a Mahaprasadam. So just meet me afterwards, okay? Thank you. Please, Harshal Prabhu, thank you again for sponsoring on the auspicious day. Please, if you have few words.
Actually, I'm sponsoring on behalf of my mother. Today is her birthday. She's here. We seek all your blessings for my family, my mother especially. Say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay, so what's coming up? Next Saturday is His Holiness Romaba Maharaj is visiting ISV. There will be initiation ceremony at 6 p.m., starting 6 p.m., Saturday evening. So please do, come with your friends, family, and it will be a nice occasion of initiation ceremony in the month of Karthik. Hare Krishna. Any other announcements? If I'm missing any other announcements? No, then we would... Any cooks? Please come.
Hare Krishna, today's cooking team was led by Ujjwala Rasa Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you. So now we'll go to Prasad Seva prayers. Please, Hare Krishna.
Sharira Vidya Jal Jodindriya Tahikam Give Jai Gaur Premanande. Please come take prashadam.
Prashadam will be served outside.